to come in from NVIDIA to explain a little bit about that. All right, just a little bit from Haritha. Dr. Haritha is an AI veteran with over a decade of experience in both research and industry. He holds a PhD in AI from La Trobe University. As a Senior Developer Relations Manager at NVIDIA, affectionately known as Developer Avocado, Haritha helps AI builders across the globe to unlock the full potential of accelerated computing. So please welcome Haritha for me.
Hey everyone, good evening. So as Jason said, everyone is talking about AI. Everyone is interested in AI, and we all need a place to get started. So during my session, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give you like a very tech-heavy demo, because I saw some of the hands raised up from the people who are very new to development, people who are stepping into this whole AI-infused world. So I'm not going to bother you with all the jargons or the technicalities of that. So I'm going to skip all those slides. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with where do I ever begin? So can I get a count of the people who are actually AI developers or do machine learning, deep learning, Gen AI stuff? Right, okay, that's good. We have a bunch. And who are the people who are getting started and want to do something with AI? And everyone is talking about AI, and I think I need to start somewhere. So who are the people like that? Right, okay. So let's get started. So have anyone watched the GDC early morning today? It was like 5 a.m. Yeah, okay, that's good. So yeah, so you might have seen how much AI has involved and in which areas that AI has been put their hands on or like close on. So if I get started, so NVIDIA, you all know the company. You might have heard about the company, right? So NVIDIA does a lot in the AI. It was known for gaming, started more in the accelerated computing, but now the main focus NVIDIA is having is on accelerated computing, not only on AI, it widens through biomedicals and it widens through physical AI, all of such. In any place that you start your AI journey, NVIDIA is having a solution for that. Trust me, most of these solutions are free and open source. So that's the main slogan we are having as a company, because we believe in order to make something quite efficient, in order to make something quite useful, in order to make something accessible for anyone in the world, it should be open source or it should be free. It should be somewhat without barriers. Yeah, there's kind of like a financial part coming in with all the crazy stuff, but still, there should be something that everyone can be accessed. So if you get into any area that we have as an NVIDIA developer ecosystem, we have many resources that you can leverage. Can I get numbers of the people who are into startups, who are owning a startup or want to start a startup and you have some crazy idea of it? Yeah, NVIDIA Inception program is for you. That's one thing. It is kind of like a program that guides you to build your startup with AI or anything related for accelerated computing, and gives you the resources, best top-end tech experts that you can get the help with. That's the place you have to search for. There's NVIDIA Connect, there's developer relations. I'm not going through everything, and I'm going to highlight one thing, higher ed and research. NVIDIA is heavily involved with research. So we have our own research arm, NVIDIA Research as well. And we do collaborate with the researchers around the globe. Even in Australia, we have a bunch of researchers working with NVIDIA and using NVIDIA technologies in researching and developing the next big thing. Right, so this QR code is pretty valuable. This is the developer tools and resources that NVIDIA is having. So you can get all the softwares, the SDKs, training, and also you can get some GPU sandboxes to test your things. And the good thing is learning. As Jason mentioned previously, certifications. So previously, Peter and Jamie was talking a lot about like how you should make yourself visible in the community and to make yourself competent in some of the technologies. In such cases, certifications matters a lot. In my personal experience, I call myself as a self-taught AI developer because I did a degree in IT. Back at that time, when I was doing my bachelor's, we only had one course unit on AI. It was not called AI at that time. It was called expert systems. We were learning a language called Prolog. You might have heard that. So that was the thing we were doing. But then after that, after the uni, I started my career as a mobile developer. A very fancy mobile was back there. It was called a Windows Mobile. No one used it. So we developed app for that. So that was the early career I had. Then I was fascinated with data science and AI, as Dr. Lee said, and then switched into data science, switched into machine learning. How I learned all those stuff was mostly through online courses and certifications. So DLI or Deep Learning Institute is a must-go place for you to start NVIDIA certifications. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen this one. The graphics are pretty weird, but yeah, Deep Learning Institute. So most of the courses I see on DLI are available free. Some of the things are on demand, and they have instructor-led courses as well. And you can get some discounts. There was a big discount went last December, I guess, like 50% discount or something for the courses. And also, I guess
we're giving away some tonight.
All right, they are giving away some of the free vouchers tonight as well.
I was gonna ask.
So that's a good thing. So TLI is a very good place to get started. It is not only on AI. If you're interested in computer vision and also physical AI and the recent autonomous driving kind of things, you might have seen the Alpha Mayo, which is kind of the GPT moment of self-driving cars. So everything there and world simulations, you might have seen the model Earth models recently came out for weather predictions kind of stuff. Everything is available there that you can get use of and get yourself started. There are many learning formats. You can get the instructor-led, self-paced, and also go for the certifications. I know when it comes to the industry, yes, everyone is having a degree right now. Everyone is having their bachelor's. Most of them have their masters, and even thousands of them have their PhDs. It's the new norm or the new normal. So, but like the certification, that matters a lot because it gives you an idea about how actually the industry is working. What are the real world technologies that you have to use and you need to use when it comes to building production grade systems? We are not talking about the system that you go for cursor or you like load code or somewhere and just do some stuff and put into the website. No, that's not the thing. As Jamie said, it's going to be a production grade software development. So in such cases, you need to have that pretty good baseline to get started, a good place to go forward with. So I'm not going to go like everything. You know about online courses, right? Everyone here have done online courses. Same thing, but DLI is pretty specific about accelerated computing and how to get use of that. And like a bit of out of the topic, have you heard of the term CUDA? All right, okay, cool. So what are the main CUDA libraries that you have used? Like CUDA libraries? Have anyone used cuDNN? Like the deep learning, so deep neural network library? If you have ever written any neural network, you obviously have used it. So starting from there, there's a lot going on with CUDA as well. I'm just giving you a glimpse on what else rather than AI is the underneath on accelerated computing. There's a lot going on with data frames, like structured data. There's a cuDF library. If you're into vector search, there's cuVS, CUDA vector search library. If you're into biology, there's a specific library for protein modeling and sort of things, powered with accelerated computing. Everything is there. you can get started there. And instructor-led workshops, most of these workshops are done by industry experts from NVIDIA who are actually working on those projects and who are actually developing those frameworks. So you name it. You go there, search it, the things that you need, you'll get something out of that. The recent one was previously was getting like Dr. Lee was mentioning OpenClaw. Have you heard or seen that NemoClaw thing? Right, yeah. So it's exactly addressing the problem that we discussed a couple of minutes ago. So it was about like addressing how OpenClaw or the OpenClaw systems can be migrated into industrial grade applications and how to eliminate that errors or the guardrails that we need to have in an enterprise grade system. So such things available on GLI as well. So I know that's going to be a bit of a crazy journey, but still that's there. So this is just a glimpse on one of the courses that we have there, fundamentals of deep learning. If you want to get into what's actually happening behind ChatGPT, what's actually happening behind a vision system that we have, what actually happening behind Canva, what they do with all the image layering kind of stuff. So getting yourself familiar with CNNs, RNNs, you name it, everything that's there. Good thing is, if you love certificates, GLI gives certificates as well. Most of these certificates are highly valued in the industry, as I know, and I know for a fact. Many organizations, they love employees who are having those things. And I know some of the organizations, they even pay for the employees to get these certifications done. So go for that. So exams, you can get even the badges that you for the exams that you complete. This the entry level exams, we call them as certified associate exams. Then after that, you go for the certified professional level. I would say for a starter, start with the associate one, like a Gen AI beginner kind of thing, or maybe the foundation level deep learning. Then go for the certified AI in data center kind of stuff. That's based on your interest and based on your job or the career that you're going to build upon with. So a lot of certifications. One area is more on the infrastructure side, the other area is more on the applications and workloads, right? As a fact, I know within Australia, AI infrastructure is growing and booming. I saw a news today morning about some big data center expansion happening with one of the data center giants in Melbourne as well as in Sydney. So there's a big demand coming in that area as well. So that's most of the things we have with the certifications. Not going to go through everything on like down there. This one is a pretty interesting certification because we have been talking about Gen AI for a while. From 2022, ChatGPT was kind of like a new norm in our lives. We switched from Google search to just ask ChatGPT. We took that diversion. But most of the people that we work today with, and most of the general public, having little to no clue about what actually Gen AI is. Is that a new thing? Or is that a part of deep learning? Or is that a part of machine learning? Or what's happening there? So getting yourselves the correct foundation knowledge is pretty essential. So this would be a good place to get started. Gen AI LLM certification. Start from the beginning, goes towards building an agentic system. And the good thing is, I forgot to mention this. When it comes to most of these certifications, they are technology agnostic. That means they are not only targeting the frameworks or the SDKs that NVIDIA is providing. Most of them are targeting the things the open source community is using. Most of them target the knowledge that you can easily adopt for another set of tech stack, maybe Azure, maybe GCP, maybe AWS. So you can adopt those things into the other tech domains as well. So just remove the barriers. So go for that, do your research and get yourselves registered for at least a free course there. That's the main takeaway I just want to give you at the moment. So this part of the slide, it's very technical or little bit of technical. I just go through that within like 2 minutes. Right, okay, this is for the AI developers. We talked about certifications. We talked about all the things that we have in hand to get ourselves started. Right, okay, now you are an AI developer. You want to develop systems. You want to build production grade AI software. In such cases, that's not as simple as go for cursor and tell, hi, I want to build a system that works as Twitter and powered by blockchain. Yeah, that's not going to work like that. There's a lot of things running behind in order to make that work and in order to make that efficient and scalable and secure. In 2022, we were just exploring an explosion of Gen AI happened. And then in 2023, it was more about experimentation, building the right systems, building the systems that can work with the PDF data. That was the things that we did. But right now, we are more focused on the production grade systems. When it comes to the productions or making production grade AI systems, infrastructure matters a lot. Do we have any DevOps engineers out here who are working with Kubernetes and all those stuff? Yeah. Those were the champions who were just doing all the stuff for us, building all the Docker containers, making sure the Python works, the Python versions are working right. And if you have gone through the hassle of installing one Python version and making sure that is working with the CUDA kernel that you are having and making sure all the libraries are working with each other, that's a hassle. Think of that in a production grade environment where you need to host a foundational model, maybe a LLM or maybe a vision language model kind of thing, and exposing that into thousands or 100,000s or maybe millions of people concurrently and making sure that's giving you the best latency and that's giving you the best efficiency. That's a hassle. That's where you can use NVIDIA NIMs, which most of the NIMs are free for development or research purposes. It only charges if you're going for production. So not going to go for all the technical details under NIMs. So, but this is another thing that you need to put on your phone. Just go and search. NIMs, there's a very good site that you can refer into. Recently, I have a demo. If you have time after this one, I can show you the demo. Last night, I was spinning up some of the VMs I have with a GPU because my laptop is not having a big GPU. So I'm having a VM which is having a GPU. I wanted to host one of the Llama models, Llama LLMs, and I wanted to host another Phi model built by Microsoft, open source model, which was small, just to build some agent. In that case, I just had to go for NIM, find out which model I need, and all the Docker containers, all the infrastructure behind that, all the TensorRT LLM stuff, that has been done for me. Within minutes, I'm not telling seconds, within minutes, that was done, and the endpoint was created, which I can consume through the VM. It was giving the best throughput, and that's the main magic behind that. It is optimized for AI inference. So if you heard what Jensen was talking in the morning, it was all about AI inference that comes in the coming months. Yes, we have done all our research on RAG. We have done all our research on agentic AI. The next thing is getting those into production. Getting all those into production, that means getting the inference right, getting the best token to cost optimizations. That's where the magic should rely on. So go for that, search names and do your research on that. I'm happy to have a chat with you after the session to show you what we can do with names. And if you love numbers, So these are some of the out-of-box efficiencies that you can get with NIMs. To be honest, most of the ISVs I work with in Australia, like a Canva, Atlassian, and most of the main ISVs, they leverage NIMs backend in their production systems. So those are the main things I wanted to just point it out before going forward, or like just ending up the session. Open for any questions. Not on Nimoclo because I haven't tested that yet.
What's Nemo Shell?
Sorry?
Nemo Shell?
Nemo Shell that came in the morning.
Yep.
Yep. Haven't tested that yet. Sorry for that. But yeah, it's going to be like a sandbox environment that works on open flow agents, I would say. So that's going to be like a close environment where you can test out more similar for Cloud Code, but in a very secure way, I would say. Haven't done all my experiments on that.
Thank you.
Can you talk about a little bit about the security aspect?
Yeah.
About NIM? Yeah.
Security aspect on NIM, yeah, that's a very good question. When it comes to NIM, it comes with all the secure inference types that you can think of, because when it comes to inferencing those LLMs, TensorRT LLM is one of the major libraries people use, LLMs. And when it comes to VLM kind of scenarios, like visual language models, SGLang and VLLM, both are having NIMs developed on that. So that has been enabled with the guardrails that NVIDIA is providing. So that is coming as a layer on NIMs. And also when it comes to deploying that on your infrastructure, so that's basically you are having your bare metal infrastructure that on top of that NIM is having their security layer, which you can configure to your options that you like, your needs that you have. That's basically what's happening there. So most of the things running behind NIMs are open source frameworks like SGLang, so that can be easily configurable. Yeah.
I have a follow-up question. But
Yep.
Yeah. So when you use some of your developers, you say it's mostly open source. So you have access to sort of a limited pool of free models, or can you still use your own APIs to connect to your favorite models?
You mean like the models available out there?
Yeah.
Most of the models free and